How's it going, guys? Meite here from Physique, and today I want to touch on the subject of posing. So the last time I did a video on posing, I did one on the back pose, maybe because I wasn't so confident about the way that I looked. But anyway, I've been getting some requests about doing one for the front pose, which is potentially the single most important pose in men's physique. Why is that? Because actually when you step on stage, you'll spend most of your time doing the front pose. That's the one that shows off potentially your best features, like your chest, your abs, your shoulders, and also your V-taper. So what's the V-taper? I like to think of it as the ratio between your waist and your shoulders. So literally you're looking at a V shape, right? And that's also going to be enhanced by how much musculature you've got in your lats. So if you're thinking of going to a men's physique competition, you want to make sure that those muscles are well developed. So we're looking at your lats, your shoulders. Unfortunately, there's not much you can do about your waist. So if you've got a little bit of a blocky waist, you might be at a disadvantage, but doesn't mean that you won't do well. Just give it a try anyway. So today I'd like to break things down into 3 useful tips that hopefully will enhance your posing. So I think it's probably best if I take this off. Okay, so the first tip I'd like to give you is maintain tension. So what do I mean by that? You're going to be standing up on stage and you're going to be showing your muscles to the best of your ability, and that's going to require you to literally tense your muscles to make sure that they're popping, right? So which muscles are you going to tense, you might ask? You're going to have to tense your abs and your lats at the very least. As far as your chest is concerned, some people have said to me that, well, should I be tensing my chest, should I not? I personally think that it gives a much nicer look if you don't tense your chest, just because it looks a little bit bodybuilderish and the judges don't like that. So I would not suggest that you tense your chest and just stick to just the abs and the lats. And so with the abs, you want to make sure that your abs look nice and chiseled. That's where you're going to tense your abs. And with the lats, it's going to give that bigger effect of a V-taper. So look at the difference between just standing there and then all of a sudden, if you pop your lats, it gives the impression that you're bigger and your taper looks nicer, and rounds up with your shoulders as well. So that's something you want to do. All right, tip number 2 is smile. You'll be surprised how many people don't smile on stage, and actually from the audience's perspective, you can just tell when it looks like someone isn't having fun, and the judges can also sense that. So just make sure that you're having fun when you get up there. I know you're probably going to be depleted, you're probably going to be hungry and looking for food and even maybe a little bit dehydrated, but you still got to try and have some fun, because that really jumps out when you're on stage and potentially can give you a couple of extra placings. So just don't forget to smile. And the last tip I'd like to give you is to essentially have a step-by-step process whenever you're going to get into your front pose. So for me, I like to start with the feet and work my way up. So I literally set my feet the way that I like. Then I think about tensing up my lats, having a hand on the hip, and finally, I exhale and I tense my abs. So you might have noticed that I actually exhale, so I breathe out to tense my abs. And what that does, and it helps to make sure that I keep my abs contracted. So to make sure that you don't lose that, you might have to breathe through your teeth as you smile. Don't forget tip number 2. Tip number 2. So you're gonna have to get into your pose, breathe out, smile. Okay, and I've actually got a bonus tip. So tip number 4, I might have given you a hint earlier, is don't do any bodybuilding poses ever. The judges hate that, and it's not men's physique anyway. So you'll find occasionally that some guys do things like this or like that, or whatever that may be, and some federations might be okay with that. So I highly recommend that you check the federation and what's allowed and not allowed before you go and do any poses that might potentially either disqualify you or even lower your placing just because you weren't aware of what poses were allowed. So just make sure that you check that before you try anything like that. But if you're planning to compete in men's physique, I suggest that you just stick to the men's physique posing. If you like bodybuilding posing, then maybe you should go into bodybuilding. All right, so that's a wrap for me today. I hope you find that somewhat useful, but if you have any more questions on that, feel free to leave a comment below and I'll make sure to answer as quickly as I can. If you want me to do more of these, Again, just leave a comment below and I'll be more than happy to do that. Alright, until the next episode guys, see you later.